Hey, what's going on, guys? Reichenator here again with Angels with Scaly Wings. Sorry for the delay. If anybody's actually waiting, my son decided to wake up from his nap and throw a little hissy fit. And I do have the dryer going in the background. Seeing if it's interfering too much, but yeah, I'm gonna. One second. That's too loud. What I got drying in there will dry quickly enough once I'm done anyways, so go ahead and get back into this. Turn this down. Alright. Well, hopefully we're nearing the end. This should be it. I mean, all good endings have been achieved. Bryce is done, Adine's done, Lorem, Remy, and Anna. As far as I'm aware, that should be it. I honestly don't know what to do from here. I don't want to do Remy's good ending because Vara dies. Yep. Might as well see if this is a thing. Ugh. What would you like? Oh, that's... Whoa, slow down. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of... Oh, she is an option. Let's get this over with. Come in. Well, here goes nothing. I sound super excited. That is way too much pink. Is this Dolores Umbridge? What a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect you to take me up on my offer. I'm sure you are a very busy person. Yes, that I am. Trying to be nice. Much time for you today, as edifying as your visit is no doubt going to be. I have a meeting to attend shortly. However, I'm still grateful you came to visit. I'm sure someone of your standing is always busy. Thank you for taking the time to meet me. Charming as always, aren't you? So, what exactly is this? An official meeting? A trade negotiation? Oh, please. This is just two people having a conversation. After all, we still owe you for the PDA devices you gave us, so until we deliver on our part, there's nothing to negotiate. I see. If it was up to me, though, I'd rather listen to you all day than having to work through this stack of paperwork. Oof. Is it really that boring? Well, sometimes. It's an unpleasant part of the job, I suppose. In the end, working as the Minister of Culture and Arts involves just as much paperwork as any other bureaucratic position. On some days, I have to keep reminding myself that there are actual people and problems behind those numbers, and those are the people I'm responsible for. One mistake and those people turn against you faster than something that is very fast. Okay. That's why I prefer to go where there are people, where the people are rather than being stuck back here. Okay. Is that what this is for you? A game or a popularity contest? I may use the law, right? But I don't break it. As much as I may dislike it, a game is certainly what this is. When I came into office, it didn't take long for me to realize that you can't win if you don't play. Let me ask you one thing, Reich. Do you enjoy your work as ambassador? I haven't done shit as ambassador. I do. Lucky are those whose purpose is enjoyable. Too bad not all of us are. It doesn't sound like you enjoy your job very much, though. Well, I look at it this way. Just one term of having been on the council and I'll have left my mark. One term of being stuck behind a desk with my paperwork. At least I get to do something where I can make a difference, even if that doesn't happen very often. Culture and arts doesn't exactly give me much room for doing what I'd want to, you know? Still, I prefer stacks of papers and meetings to working in a mine and pulling carts or logs. It's a bit of a difference. Look at those who have to do hard manual labor. I can't help but feel empathy towards them. I'm impressed by their tenacity to work in conditions that I would never want to. I wish to help them. What about those who enjoy that kind of work? Sure, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about those like myself who are just not cut out for that kind of job. Being in charge of your visit in this world, however, has been quite an opportunity. Was it just that, an opportunity? Of course not. I've been a staunch believer in humanism for a long time. Humanism? The belief in humans and their contribution to our existence. I see. I really say that a lot. Some people say I only took this matter into my hands as just another publicity stunt, but I can assure you my feelings on the matter are genuine regardless. Pun intended, what? Okay. I would argue that making it a public spectacle only confirms my position on the matter. In the end, I don't have any hard feelings because I know the critics are only another part of the job I have to deal with. You should see how quick they are to jump at my throat this... If it wasn't obvious, I'm not exactly a big fan of her, and I really just want to get through this. I don't care what she has to say. I don't know if it's because she's a politician or she's mean to Remy. Either way. Skip. Come on. Okay, we're talking about Remy, so we're gonna see how much more tragic his life can get. Yeah, lore for Amira, I don't like her. I don't want to be here. Are they employee members of their own species, or are they picking up? Usual hire a nurse dragon to take care of the archives. So she just hired Remy to do something different. Enthusiastic. Yep, that's Remy. Yeah, this is why I don't like you. You make fun of Remy. horn shine. What's that? We do, I just don't check your horns would be one of those things. Okay, I'm painting her horns. Well, I mean, I like that red. I don't know if it really goes with that green. Let's look. Okay. Okay. I guess we're giving her a back massage. I don't know much about massaging an earth dragon. What kind of movements are we talking about here? Your palms start rubbing in circles and don't hold back. I assure you, we earth dragons can take anything you dish out. Huh. She does look like a Nido Queen. Never noticed that before. Careful around the spines. We both don't want this to end with an impaled hand. Those girthy, they still. Ugh. Good idea. This is going on for a while. Okay. Ah. Apparently I do. We're going. That happened. Anyways. That was awkward. Probably head off to my meeting. Please go. What an interesting lady. Okay. Hey, Zach. Oh yeah, he's in it. I don't even remember the name of Anna's assistant that keeps getting killed. See what that does. I'm trying to go for the true ending. Entry. Sure, whatever. Shower scene. Yeah, sure. Everyone. Oh, okay. Here we go. Well, who I should bring to the show this time? Thinking about it set off a vivid image in my mind of the fireworks I had seen before, exploding in patterns and illuminating the night sky. Suddenly, memories of my many attempts burst forth like the fireworks themselves. All the different things that had happened, the people I met, and also my many confrontations with Reza. I remembered everything. Alright, so, okay, everybody's here. Alright. I'm not sure what to say to this. Well, the science behind the time traveling is actually sound and doesn't contradict anything we know about the portal. I can't say the same about the theory with the wormholes and barriers, though. It does confirm what my roommate has been learning, and my own experience. I can't believe this all happened to you, Reich. The proof speaks for itself, really. I'm not sure about this. It all just sounds so... I know, Bryce. Time traveling is only something that happens in bad science fiction novels, right? And I thought this was going to be some sort of intervention. Yeah, Bryce definitely needs an intervention. I've already given you proof regarding the time travel. You don't just have to believe me about the rest, though. All of you have evaded peril because of this phenomenon. Think of times where you suddenly changed your mind because of what you thought might happen. If you had memories of things that never happened or dreams that later turned out to be true, you have experienced it as well. Is that what deja vu is? And some of those nightmares, yeah, those have happened too. Are you saying that if I had flown during the competition, I would have died? I remember things from timelines where I died. The same must be true for all of you. It's not just your imagination. This is nice and all, but why did you call us here? I mean, what's the point of telling us all this? I know where Reza is going to be in a few hours. The five of you are the people I've gotten to know best in the time I spent here. And maybe you even remember some of the things we've done together in other timelines. Now, I need your help to stop him. Why didn't you just call the police about this? When I have a cop right there, like the head police. You wouldn't even need to tell them about all the time traveling and such. This case was already getting too big for us, and we still haven't gotten the reinforcements we requested from the city. With the fireworks going on tonight, we really wouldn't have anyone to spare. You want us to stop him? That sounds dangerous. He's killed at least 4 people so far, right? Say the title card. Angels with scaly wings. Let's not forget that he still has his weapon. What's in it for me? A cure for cancer. How about that? Having a part in stopping a murder would probably get you a civil honor. Wouldn't exactly look great on us to give someone a medal and throw them into prison the next day. Just saying. There's that. Knowing Amira, she'd probably make a big parade out of it and have her pardoned. Sounds like a deal to me. Of course, you'd only help for your own good. At least I consider my options instead of following someone blindly. Reich tells you to fly, and you only ask how high. Reich has called us here to stop Reza. If we want to make this happen, we should probably start making a plan. Agreed. Same here. So, where's he gonna be? In the underground building near the portal. He'll try to steal its generator. I see. Everybody says that a lot. Not just me. Previously, I only realized where he was once he was already inside, but this time we can think about the best way to stop him. If we're just going to storm the place, I should probably go first. For one, I'm a professional. And what's more, I'm also an Earth Dragon. That's what makes me a good cop. Virtually unkillable by any would-be criminals. I wouldn't be so sure of that. What's that supposed to mean? Well, all of us together should have no trouble taking him down. I don't want to kill him if we don't have to. Yeah, as the chief, I agree. Even if we outnumber him, let's not forget about his weapon. Our first goal should be to disarm him somehow. How can we do that? Well, I've got a shocker at home. Hit him with that, and I doubt he'll be able to hold anything for a while. Shocker, you mean taser? And we can cuff him after that. I'll show you how to do it. Actually, I'll let each one of you have a pair just in case. You don't have to bring one for me. I don't think I'd be able to use them. Fair point. Don't worry about it. They were designed with flyers in mind. It's really easy to cuff someone if you know how. Well, if you say so. Okay, we've got a shocker and some handcuffs. A taser and some handcuffs. But that isn't much of a plan. What are we gonna do? Wait for Reza to arrive, then try to cuff him at once? I'll try to cuff him at once? Maybe you should go alone. What? Yeah, I'm sure Reich called us all here only to confront Reza alone in the end. What are you talking about? Well, if you want to get him with the shocker, your best chance is to surprise him after you've gained his trust. You may think it is safer if we're all there because we outnumber him, but in reality, this will likely provoke an aggressive reaction the instant he sees us all. I agree. You may not be able to talk him down, but in the end, you only need to get close enough to hit him with the shocker. I think it's frightening, feeling like an alien in this world. Maybe that's how he could become a killer, by seeing us as something foreign or lesser. But I've tried doing that before, with one of you staying and hiding until things were about to go wrong. That usually didn't work out as well as it should have. Because your approach with him was wrong. You tried to talk him down or distract him while help arrived. What should I do then? Go there before Reza arrives and act like you were going to steal the generator yourself. Carry it together, and as soon as you're outside, surprise him with the shocker and cuff him. Meanwhile, all of us will be hiding in the area and watch you to ensure that nothing goes wrong. Good. How'd you come up with it? I read something similar in a book once. Of course you did. I see. Wasn't that in one of the Sheridan books? No comment. Any other opinions about this plan? Yeah. I couldn't think of anything better if I tried. Well, that must have been hard to say. Do you think you can really pull it off, Reich? I'll have to. Better get ready then. I'll have to fetch the cuffs from the department, and Anna should get her shocker. Taser. I'll also have to make a phone call before I go. A phone call? Yeah, to tell Sebastian not to come in for his shift today. Thank you. While we waited for Bryce and Anna to return, Lorem, Adine, and Remy stayed in my apartment and made lunch for everyone. After we were all reunited, Bryce showed us how to use the disposable plastic handcuffs he brought, as they were designed to even constrain an Earth Dragon like Bryce. They were nigh impossible to tear. Pretty much heavy-duty zip ties. And then you just pull here until they're tight enough so he won't be able to pull his wrists out. Got it. Audio quality? Oh, I had a fan going because it's kind of hot out, but no, we'll see. Does anyone need help? What about you two? No, I got it. You were right. It's pretty easy if you just know how. If you know how. Yeah. Alright, we've got some more time before we're leaving. Guess we can just sit around and wait. The calm before the storm. By the way, how's that investigation about me coming along, Bryce? That's not something we should talk about right now. Besides, I've been busy with the whole Reza thing, so... Of course you can't tell me anything. I suppose I won't even know when your people will suddenly decide to take me in. Hey, it's not my fault you violated the conditions of your suspended sentence. I'm just following protocol. I better get pardoned for doing this, or else. Or else what? I might as well go through the portal myself if I just end up getting arrested here. Just saying. If you don't want to stay here, maybe you should go right now. Hey, I'm all for helping Reich. I just want to make sure I'm covered as well. If what I've heard about her is true, then maybe she shouldn't get pardoned. Don't believe everything you read in those tabloids. Yeah. I can confirm. They don't know anything. You don't know the whole story, either. Does that mean you lied under oath? Maybe I should reconsider this pardon thing. See, that's what I mean. She only cares about herself. My research has saved thousands of lives, if not millions. What did you ever do for the community? Really? Oh, we're talking to Adine. I volunteer at the orphanage, and what's more, I do that just to help them, not for my own gain. Why does she have to be the only one who gets something out of this? Okay, people, calm down. Well, all of us will probably get a medal. This isn't really the kind of discussion we should be having right now. Anna, if you lied under oath, then that's something I can't just forget. What are you gonna do about it? I'll make you a deal. You tell all of us right now what really happened back then, and you'll have my support when it comes to being pardoned for helping Reich stop Reza. How does that sound? We don't even need her help. She can just leave as far as I'm concerned. That's weird. And all my browsers are closed. I don't know what the deal is. How about now? Is it working? She can just leave as far as I'm concerned. If I'm going, I'll take my shocker with me. Don't do that. I want to know what happened. Bryce does have a goatee. You'd rather know and let her walk? She's already being investigated. Let the wheels of justice do their work. They do not like each other. See, Reich, I just can't catch a break with these people, even when I'm here to help you. She may walk anyway. This infraction was so tiny that she may put a spin on it that makes her look like the victim, just like last time. Okay. If she tells us what really happened, then that's something we'll always know about her and how we can be sure she won't do anything like it again. So now you're planning to resort to blackmail? You know what? Do whatever the heck you want. I don't care. Just make up your damn minds. I want to know. Me too. Lorem, Adine? I don't like this. Alright, let's hear it. The majority has spoken. Oh, we're doing more. It all started when I decided to look for new angles to tackle cancer. Since I occasionally work with the police, I got a phone call that they received the victim of some sort of accident. As the victim had no family or relatives, there was no one who could object to her body being used for research purposes. Usually, this wouldn't be anything special, but she wasn't just your usual victim. She was pregnant. Oh. For me, this opened up a lot of possibilities. Usually the council wouldn't allow fertilized eggs to be used for research. But here we were talking about a few fertilized egg cells that hadn't even formed an eggshell yet. They would have perished quickly if I hadn't noticed that she was technically pregnant. Technically. I submitted my forms for the research and started my work. Since the material was very sensitive, there wasn't really time to wait for approval, as it would have put the whole experiment at risk. Rami's gonna find out the hard way. Oh no. I'm not ready for that. Either way, I was sure the paperwork would go through, and I had other things to worry about than what some busybodies would think about my work. My approach was to tinker with the fertilized egg cell's DNA in order to create a living organism whose immune system would be strong enough to combat cancer all on its own. Once it hatched, I could make a few transplants, and a new way to fight cancer would be born. Literally. In order to ensure compatibility with myself, I spliced in some of my own DNA, enough that it would be considered a member of my own species rather than the parents'. The result of my experiment was incubated in an artificial eggshell, and then it was just a matter of time before it grew up and we could see if the procedure was a success. For some reason or another, however, my proposal became a public matter. Proposals like mine that needed the council's approval could be seen by anyone and were open to discourse, but people usually didn't care about them unless they had some experience in the field. Not so in my case. Once the media got a hold of it, rumors ran amok about what I was going to do. People fixated on small details and exaggerated the procedures outlined in the experiment. Self-appointed do-gooders who thrive on outrage made a smear campaign against me, and due to all the ensuing controversy, my proposal was ultimately rejected. It was already a shame that an experiment like mine, one that could help countless patients both current and future, could be shut down like this, but there was more. Some people were watching me, and they knew I was doing something in my lab. A group of council-appointed scientists were going to come to my lab to discuss alternative strategies for what I was trying to do, but I knew it was partly a setup in order to check that everything that was going on in my lab was legitimate. By this point, the egg was already substantially developed. Knowing of their visit and that my experiment was now illegal, I had to get rid of it somehow. I would have smashed it if I could. Jesus. But the fetus inside was already too big to make it vanish easily. Wow. Jeez. I don't like her anymore. In the end, I decided to leave it on someone's doorstep, disguised as an egg left by unwanting parents. That whole affair got the police department in a lot of trouble too, because it was us who gave you the material. Don't you have a single shred of decency within you? Now, let's not have any arguments here. I still need all of you. I could have done much worse than leaving it on someone's doorstep. Yeah, like smash it like you wanted to. Besides, don't expect any goodwill from me if you never showed any either. Hey, we were on your side during that whole thing, remember? Yes, but only because I saved your ass more times than I can count. No one, not a single person, has ever been nice to me just for the heck of it, except for Reich. Leaving an egg on someone's doorstep is such a horrible thing to do. Like you would have done anything different in my position. I would have owned up to my mistake, because I know how these children end up. How they have to grow up if they don't get adopted within a few years, doomed to be nobody's children. You spliced your own DNA in, so you're basically its mother, yet you didn't hesitate to throw your child away when it became an inconvenience for you. Actually, it's more of a clone than a child. Did it even have a name, or was it just a product for you, a failed experiment? Well, she did have a name. I even scribbled it on her eggshell before I left it. Wait a minute. It would have been around the same time, but... No, it can't be. What was the name? Why do you even care? They probably found her, she went to a nice family, and lived happily ever after. End of story. What was her name? Well, if you really want to know, it was Oh. Oh. I know her. She's been living in the orphanage all her life while you went on with yours without a care in the world. Why even that name? After the mother, I guess. Now that you mention it, I think the victim's name was a bit different. Amelia. That was it. Froze to death during a winter night. Oh my God, Remy's gonna be our... Oh! What? Remy, I never told you this, but shortly before she died, Amelia found out that she was pregnant. That means you... Where is she? Don't worry, Remy. She's being taken care of in the orphanage. We can go there once this is over. No, I want to go there right now. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Yeah, if you're going to meet her, it will take some preparation, and you shouldn't see her when you're like this. Besides, we should be focusing on Reza right now. Agreed. Lorm's just there. Lorm's just here. You're right. This is more important. I think it's time to go anyway. Alright, let's do this. God, Remy just does... His story's so sad. Everyone chose their hiding places. It wasn't easy, especially since we didn't know where Reza would come from, but with a bit of scouting help from Medine, they all found suitable places eventually. This better give Remy that happy ending. I went inside, trying to remember the room the generator was in. Luckily, I had plenty of time, and when I found it, I packed it up in a cardboard box that was lying around, just as Reza had done so many times before. Then, I waited. Knowing of the various conversations we had in other timelines when we met here, I could think about what I was going to say and what his likely response would be. I also found it interesting that this time, I could be the one who was here first. After a while, I heard footsteps outside. As if on cue, I took the box with the generator and opened the door. Reza, you're here? You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. Where have you been all this time? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. Reza walked up to me and grabbed the other end of the box. Slowly, we made our way through the building. I can't wait to get out of this place. It gives me the creeps. How so? Ever since I arrived here, a lot of weird things have happened. I don't like it. What are you talking about? Something strange is going on in this world. When I close my eyes, I see things. Things that never happened, and things that later turned out to be true. Do you know what I'm talking about? So you do. How is that possible? I don't know, Reza. I had my own reasons for coming here today. I knew now would be the best time to take the generator and leave through the portal. What about you? They aren't looking for you too, are they? No, they believe I'm on their side. Then, what are you doing here? I had a feeling you'd be here. I figured it out just like you did. We can't wait for them to build us new generators, considering they took the PDAs and generators back from you. It's more than fair that we take this as payments and be done with it. Wait a minute. What is it? Something's not right here. Shit. Suddenly he let go of the box, making me put it down. He took a few steps back before he grabbed his gun and pointed it at me. Reza, what's wrong with you? How could you even know the time I was going to be here? Because the fireworks. We both know they give us the perfect cover to do this now. No, that's not it. We've both been here before. I remember us carrying out the box together, and that time you killed me with my own gun. Reza, what are you talking about? It's all coming back to me now. There's not been a single time where you actually wanted to help me. That girl with the mask, where is she? Right there. Reza turned around, just in time to see the administrator tackle him to the ground. I ran towards them, but in their scuffle, a few gunshots unloaded. The telltale hiss of the generator sounded through the hallway. Ugh. Fudge. I turned around and ran towards the exit while both Reza and the administrator scrambled to their feet and followed me. When we were all outside, I was swept off my feet as the generator exploded. Recovering from the fall, I looked up, only to see Reza running toward the portal. Hey, good job, Adine. Suddenly, Adine swooped in from behind and collided with Reza. He stumbled and fell to the ground while Adine regained her balance and ascended, attempting a circle to face him again. Oh, okay, thank you, Maverick. Jeez. Reza stood up and raised his gun at her when Maverick suddenly pounced out of nowhere and pinned him to the ground. Rice was running toward them when Maverick looked at Reza, growling. Don't kill him, Maverick! And why not? After what he's done to you, you're not letting him off the hook that easily, are you? Let me cuff him. Go ahead. When I arrived, Reza was already secured and ready to go. He spotted me, his face contorting with anger. You! How could you do this to me? To everyone! You have no idea what I had to do to get here. To get this close of bringing the generator home and to our people. If you had only helped me instead of them, we could have done it too. Where were you when that bastard of a dragon bit me? Right there, that one. When I couldn't do anything but lie in pain the whole day with a festering wound, huh? Wait, no, that was a different one. That was the other one. The one that you killed. But when I waited for you at the portal a week ago, ready to leave with parts I stole to repair it. When I shot my gun a few times, hoping you'd hear it so we could escape together. I risked everything when I waited for you. Maverick nearly got me that time too. I could have left without you if I wanted. I had everything I needed, but I didn't want to just leave you behind. Should I shut him up? No, let him talk. You said we would do anything, that together we could save humanity. All those teleportations messing with our heads. Don't you remember our plan? I never forgot about our plan, Reza. I just wanted the dragons to be part of it too. What are you gonna do now, huh? You'll see. Humanity's going to be fine. And so are you. Take him away, Bryce. I just want to know one thing. Who really sabotaged the portal? That was me. I knew it was Reza who was stealing the generators, so the least I could do was prevent him from sending them to humanity and escaping through the portal. As long as it didn't run, he could never completely get away from us. Say it. You were right about nearly everything, Maverick. Just not about Reich. Still, it took an extraordinary amount of bravery and courage to do what you did. Who knows how all this would have turned out if it wasn't for you. It feels so strange for me now. But it's like I just had to follow Reza. Not even knew where to go and where I would find him. I followed my intuition, but the longer I kept pursuing him, the more I thought I was going crazy and that it might mean my end if I decided to go down this path. Maybe that wasn't just your intuition. Come on, do you want to help me show Reza his new cell? It would be my pleasure. Just as they went off with Reza, I saw Remy and Lorem approaching. Why? Her overall is bearing a large red stain in the center. She needs help, fast. I tried to give her some first aid, but I don't think it did much. Based on these wounds, I'm not sure if anyone can help her now. I'm surprised she's still standing. She's right. I won't be around much longer, and there are still things I need to tell her and show you, Reich. Maybe I could carry you. No, we have to go alone. Alright, can you all wait for me here? Sure. Please, just don't start arguing again. There would be no point now that we've stopped Reza. It's all good. She actually managed to convince Maverick not to kill him. Ex-boyfriend, and he still listens to me. Isn't that funny? I could tell you about Emily while we wait. That would be lovely. And Lorem is still just there. Where are we going? Izumi led the way as we walked through an unfamiliar territory. Maybe I should start by telling you that I haven't been exactly truthful with you. Well, shocker. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's fine. Still, now that we are here, I think I should tell you everything. Great, more. When I was accidentally sent back in time, I wasn't alone. What are you talking about? Did you really think that a single person could have accomplished everything I told you about and single-handedly figure out time travel along the way? We were an elite team, sent to break new ground. There were 4 of us. Okay. Heinz Foreman, geneticist and project lead. I'm sensing bad guy vibes from him. Sybil Thomas, behavior specialist. Okay. Francois Bordelon, military advisor. And lastly, me, Otomo Izumi, engineer and maintenance crew. Okay. This is the kind of job that is so top secret that I wouldn't be surprised if we were all killed after we hand over the data. Good thing we're not expendable, huh? I can't do a French accent. You think they're sending us into the middle of nowhere without seeing us as expendable? People, please. I can't do German. I don't do accents that well. First of all, you were briefed about this, so you should already know what your duties will be. I'm sure all of you are well qualified to perform as expected, but let's get to what this project is really about. Does anyone want to make a guess? Since I am here, it can only mean something with military applications. Good guess. Miss Thomas? Does it have anything to do with PTSD, perchance? Not quite. How about you, Miss Otomo? I have no idea. Just get to the point, please. Let me sum this up in one sentence. Intelligent, trainable bioweapons as low-cost alternative to mechanized weaponry in developing countries. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, this conundrum we find ourselves in might actually work out in our favor. Since we are outside of any jurisdiction now, that means we can do whatever we want during this little project of ours. Just think of the opportunities. You intend to utilize human DNA in this project, don't you? I thought they would do that anyway, and pay off whichever country we would find ourselves in. Yes, but now we won't even have to do that anymore. It will take me a while to repair all the damage and re-establish communications with the company. Hang on. I have to get the dryer going again. My daughter's softball clothes are in the dryer, and I have to make sure they get dried before our game tonight. Anyways, until then, we're kind of stuck here. Who says we need to wait until then? I don't know. I don't think they'd like it if we just went ahead with the project before they even know what happened to us. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I think they stole that from Aragon. That's how you end up in jail. What else are we supposed to do while we are here? If worse comes to worse, we can just destroy the results. Heck, if this works out, we are the only ones who have a portal into the past like this. It could be only the first of many incredible opportunities. Think about all the animals we could use, the raw materials and plants, even the atmosphere. I can already smell all the rare gases here that we could harvest. I think that's just the ventilation system being wonky. I haven't had the time to adjust it yet. You're only thinking about the company, but what about us? Already thinking about mutiny? I think that would be a bad idea. I thought our salary already contained an internal loyalty and silence bonus. That's the thing with greed. People always crave more, regardless of how much they already have. All this discussion is pointless. I'm the team lead, and I decide what we do. As long as you take responsibility if there are any troubles. I know that what the company wants, and I know a clone of yourself, since it's made from your DNA, would it be classified as your sibling or offspring? I think neither, really. It's just another you. I mean, I get maybe like a twin? I don't know. That's all I can think of. In a few years, you will thank me for it. Trust me. If you say so. If we were going to make bioweapons, what animals would we have based them on if we didn't end up here? The great thing is that we don't have to choose. We already have technology that does all the work for us. We just need to provide the samples, and based on our criteria, we get a customized genome that fits our purpose as best as possible. And you want to give them human intelligence? Why wouldn't we give them as much intelligence as we can? If they can think too advanced, too abstract, don't you think they might start to have independent thoughts? How are you going to control them? That's what Miss Thomas and Mr. Bordelon are here for. With the right training, it shouldn't be an issue. Besides, you know that most human soldiers are obedient, right? I suppose so. How do we know this is going to work with dinosaur DNA as well? We will find out soon enough. Should we? That is not a question we asked at this company. We should know that by now. Have you seen Jurassic Park? Have you never seen Jurassic Park? If you want to see Jurassic Park, you only need to open that door. You will soon find that all your concerns are unfounded, and I'll show you why. But first, let me talk about abilities. Now that we have a whole new world of potential samples, we should be able to find even better alternatives to what we have been planning. What abilities would those be? Flight, armor, fire, to name a few. All at once? That sounds an awful lot like dragons. Dragons are scary, aren't they? This could even be a psychological component. To be fair, getting all of those into the same species could be complicated. You think you can do something that nature couldn't? That's why we're here. What animal is the fire ability based on? The bombardier beetle. We're going to make the mechanism safer and easier to control, though. Direwolves, yeah, they just brought back the direwolf, so I'm guessing dinosaurs are not going to be too far off. But I just hope that all the scientists have mandatory viewings of Jurassic Park before they try. Alright, so we're going to combine animal strengths with higher cognitive abilities, but how are you going to prevent others from stealing the genome? Backyard breeders could be a problem. A very good question. There are a number of safeguards we are going to introduce to prevent any unauthorized copying of our product. Firstly, there is the genome itself. Raising these creatures from infancy to a point where they become usable for their purpose will take some time. Since we are going to do this ourselves, we have a unique blend of hormones to make them reach this stage fairly quickly. Making them grow up naturally is something that will take so much time and resources as to become unviable by anyone who would want to go that route. With us, they can be combat ready in months instead of years. Secondly, all creatures will be equipped with a brain implant. Not only will this give them a variety of advantages, but it's another safeguard against copying as well. Without the chip, they will either become uncontrollable or die. So is that what happened to Maverick's brother? So even if the genome is stolen, that won't be worth anything without the chip. That's genius. I know. Couldn't someone just hack or reverse engineer the chip and manufacture it themselves? I doubt it. They're intended to be sold in low technology areas. Even if they can reverse engineer the chip, they don't have the facilities to mass manufacture them. Otherwise, they'd be just using combat robots like everyone else. You want to modify their behavior with technology? Being dependent on a chip sounds dangerous. What if it fails? Don't worry about that. He keeps saying that. Lastly, there is the training. Training any living being, no matter if human or not, takes time and money. Not only do we have an automated training program, but we can also use the implant to accelerate this process. What about direct transference of knowledge into the creature's brains via the implant? Well, yeah, he went feral. He wasn't always like that. Well, it was consistently just getting worse for him, and then just went too far. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm guessing I'm guessing that there's a chip involved or something. Fair enough. It'll give the user full control as well. Creatures will be able to learn from experience, but understand undesirable memories can be wiped easily. Sounds like you have it all figured out already. The company has been working on this project for a long time, and now it's up to us to make it reach its natural conclusion. And what would that be? Our product is the creature, the chip, and the training, all in one complete package. Take away just one of these three components and the product won't work as intended. We deliver them ready to be used in combat from the moment they arrive at the customer's doorstep. I still think we should wait before you rush into using animals that we hardly know anything about. Your opinion has been noted, Miss Otomo, but it won't carry much weight. Despite my objections, the experiments under Heinz Foreman, of course he's the bad guy, he's German, went full steam ahead. Using the genetic material of many prehistoric reptiles, a variety of species were designed. We started our tests with the one that enjoyed the most combat-related improvements, measuring their viability and the effects of our safeguards. Soon, the proto-dragons were born. One was to be raised as naturally as possible, another was going to receive the hormones for accelerated growth, while the third one was to be trained via the automated learning program. Something like dementia. It could be. Yeah, I guess it could be something wrong with the brain that caused it. Anyways, the last one was to receive all of the safeguards at once. They were all identical clones. Caring for them was a task that ultimately fell on all of us, in addition to our usual duties. For now, the artificial domestication process of the genome made sure they would be controllable and obedient even without the implants or training. We were already being recognized as packmates and parents by them. While I knew about the added intelligence, I soon had to realize just how far they had gone. It was when the first of them started talking. At that moment, I knew that they would never be free, never be happy. They would only ever live a life of servitude or be used as weapons. As weapons. They were given sapience only to face a future of enslavement. I knew that the company would expertly maneuver around the legal system to make it possible. As I had worked my way up the ranks within the company, I had become increasingly delusioned by the many despicable acts and projects I witnessed. But now I was at a breaking point, ready to blow the whistle on everything I knew about them. While the experiments continued, they relied on me to repair the portal and return to our time, and I could only buy so much time while I figured out how to proceed. I knew that as soon as contact was reestablished, I wouldn't be able to stop the project anymore. It was then that I realized I had to do something. I haven't played that game, so I don't know. You'd think they wouldn't need to send someone to take care of this anymore. It should all be automated by now. True, we have a robot that can perform any kind of surgery, so they don't need to send a doctor anymore. Why not have a robot that can take care of other robots? Because I'd be the one to create that robot, and if I did, I'd be out of a job. Fair point. By the way, I think the heater in my room is broken. Would you mind taking a look at it later? I can think of a few ways to turn up the heat. What? Anyways, a tempting offer that I unfortunately will have to decline, Mr. Bordelon. I hate these early meetings. Anyone else want a cup of coffee? Miss Otomo, perhaps? You know I don't drink coffee. Yeah, I can tell. 3 cups then, just as usual. I don't know why they even gave us 4. Here you go. Why even coffee? It's not as if we couldn't just take a pill to get the same effect. Ah, but then you wouldn't get this lovely taste, Miss Thomas. I'm picky with my coffee. Can we just get this over with? Of course, of course. Who wants to present the results first? No one? Alright, I suppose it will have to be me, again. You know what? You should all be glad that everything is recorded and transcribed automatically now. In my days, we actually had to write these reports ourselves. Hail to our machine overlords. Can we just get this over with, again? Of course, Mr. Bordelon. Suddenly, Heinz started coughing. When his fit didn't stop after a few seconds, all of us stood up and Francois went over to him. Oh, she poisoned them. Heinz kneeled over, his eyes opening widely in an unfocused stare. He stopped moving before a bit of foam started appearing at his mouth. He needs his injector. There should be one in the drawer over there. Quickly, I went to the drawer, grabbed something, and ran up to Sybil. That's not it. Oh, okay. Before she could finish her sentence, I drove the scalpel into her neck. She collapsed immediately as blood gushed out of the wound, staining the floor red. Leash. She screamed, and Francois turned around to see me still holding the scalpel while the bleeding Sybil lay on the ground next to me. I attempted to stab him, but he grabbed my arm and wrestled the scalpel from me, which fell to the floor with an audible clang. He then wrapped his hands around my neck and started to choke me. Okay. I fell backwards and he followed, his hands never leaving my neck in the process. He was now kneeling above me and I found myself becoming weaker by the second. I made peace with the idea that I was going to die. I didn't know what would happen afterwards, to the dragons, to Earth, to everyone, but at least I could say that I tried. Well, obviously she made it. When I came to, it was from feeling something dripping into my face before Francois was dragged away from me. It was the dragons, wasn't it? Slowly, my vision returned. I looked up to see one of the dragons approach me before it started to lick my face with its blood-stained muzzle. Oh, that's a... I like the design of that dragon. It's neat. Oh, okay. Blood everywhere. The other design species were made, and after making some adjustments to the learning program, it taught them what I wanted them to know. I founded the first village, and they grew up quickly, knowing only me as their leader. By the time I left, they didn't even need me anymore. They had become completely self-sufficient. So in the end, you gave them more than life. You gave them freedom. She sat on the ground, panting heavily. There should be a shovel over there. Take it and dig. I did as she asked and began digging a hole in the area she indicated. I wondered what would await me when the shovel hit something hard, and I dug around it, unearthing a vaguely round shape. More shapes followed, and as I continued, I eventually realized I was looking at a body. I lifted it out of its shallow grave before turning it over. It was me. Why? How? What? You have to understand, there was no other way. Each time you traveled back in time, I had to kill you. Having multiple instances of you would have been troublesome. We only needed one of you. One to go through the same scenario over and over again so that we could learn about what to do differently. So this is your graveyard then, full of other instances of me. Not just you. There are also others, and myself. Others. Yes, in some timelines they sent someone else instead of you. She was not a nice person. Why did they send someone else? They told me I was the best candidate as I was going to offer my own PDA for the trade. Because in those timelines, you died before you ever had a chance to arrive here. Murdered for that very PDA you gave to the dragons. That's an interesting timeline. How many are there? How many did you bury? How many times have we done this now? I lost track a long time ago. How I wish I could forget it all. You only did what you had to. Hey, Reich, do you remember anything about the first time you came here? Let me think. You mean when Reza got away with the generator and I had to leave Adine and everyone else? Oh, so they kept track of that. Nice. And everyone else behind when the meteor was going to strike? Then you don't. You only remember the newer timelines. I think it's better this way. I've killed you so many times, and sometimes you did the same to me. Or rather, a different me. You don't know what it was like when I still had to try and figure everything out. You only remember timelines I had sufficiently tampered with. What are you trying to tell me? The first few times, I was just watching you. I could see your intentions were pure and that you were filled with determination. Hey, that's an Undertale thing. But without my help, you always failed. Everything that happened, from all the murders to the conclusion of in the lab, it was all necessary to arrive here. I also needed to show you what kind of person Reza was. You wouldn't have believed me otherwise. Could I have stopped him earlier and saved those he killed? I don't know. If I died before I could reveal myself to you, circumstances could have been unfixable. How many times do you think we tried before we had even the remote possibility to succeed? I know what you did. I've done it too, remember? If you didn't step up to the position back then, we probably still would have to figure out a few things. Sometimes I didn't quite know myself why I had to do the things you told me to. If we didn't lure Maverick to the portal during my first day, the confrontation that sets off this whole chain of events, wouldn't even happen. Your meeting with Reza had to be interrupted. Otherwise, he would have told you about his plan that night, and from the ensuing talk, there would have only been two options. Either you would have joined him to save humanity while leaving this world to die, or you would have opposed him, in which case he did not hesitate to shoot you then and there. We had to do a lot of things to make this happen, didn't we? All of those other timelines just to succeed in this one. The others might have failed, but we still learned something from every little mistake we made. That's how we could arrive here. What will you do now? With the generator gone, we won't be able to stop the comet. Maybe we don't need to. What are you talking about? Back home, there are plenty of empty buildings. If the dragons took their generators and technology with them, we could revive all the infrastructure, the hospitals, schools, everything. They could make humanity an offer they won't be able to refuse. You want to relocate them? Do you even have any idea how many dragons live here? Sure, they may have never settled on another continent, but we are still talking about millions here. I'm pretty sure it's all just a Pangea at this point. It's all just one landmass. Could be wrong. Even if they won't accept them, they will have safe passage to set up a new city. I don't think it will come to that, though. We have plenty of dead infrastructure and room to fill. It could be the very first city of its kind, with dragons and humans living together. Besides, if we can't stop the comet, this is about as good as it's gonna get. I know you won't settle for anything less. If this is the only way, then I won't object to this outcome. The thought of humans and dragons living together is one that I think bears a lot of potential. Maybe from the ashes of both civilizations, something new and greater can be created. You don't realize the weight that's been on my shoulders from all the things I had to do to make this work. Now that we are here, I don't think I could continue this existence with the memories in my mind. Now that we have saved them, I can finally rest. Maybe I have to apologize. You are right to want to save humanity too, when both me and Reza only care for one civilization. You never settled for one. You wanted to save everyone. I guess I was so blinded by wanting to preserve my creation that I refused to see anything else. I'm glad you saw this through to the end. You never stopped believing. If it wasn't for you, I could have never done this. And now it's on you to make it work. A city of dragons and humans. I'll try to do my best. I believe you will. Then I can die happily, knowing that they will be safe and can look to a brighter future. No, you can't just die now. How am I supposed to do this without you? Don't be sad for me. I wouldn't have it any other way. That's sad. I feel like she would have bled out a lot faster than that, though. Besides, I'm sure you'll do a fine job. How can you be sure I will? Because if you don't, I will hold you responsible for what happens to them through time and space, if necessary. How can you make jokes at a time like this? You have only seen what I had to do, not what I wanted to. If we met in a different time, a different place, things could have been very different. I have killed you so many times and put you through so much anguish to make this happen. I only long for your forgiveness and understanding that you can look at what we have achieved now and tell me that it was worth it. It was. Thank you. She closed her eyes as a single tear ran down her face. I moved to wipe it from her, and could already feel the warmth draining from Izumi's body. She was dead. For real this time. After being told of the comment and realizing that any of their attempts to stop or redirect it would fail without the lab's generator, the Dragons' Council agreed with my course of action, as did humanity. I guess this is the true ending. While the repopulation of our city turned out very differently than humanity had initially hoped, all concerns were not against the possibility of the vast amounts of technology and generators that dragons would bring to revive it. Soon, the initiative to relocate the dragons through the portal was in full force, and I, still acting as an ambassador, helped as much as I could to make it go as smoothly as possible. After a few weeks, we had done it, and the last of the dragons from even the farthest region had arrived at the other side. The time for me had come to walk through the portal for the very last time. I looked back to the village and saw all the abandoned buildings, doomed to be destroyed when the comet would hit soon. As I walked up to the platform and waited for the portal to do its starting routine, I thought about what would happen now and what would come of this collaboration between humans and dragons. I was sure there was a lot of work to be done, especially if I consider the state of the rest of the world, but maybe our city could be a bastion of Earth. Not as the last one remaining, but rather as the first of its kind, and from it, maybe we'd be able to grow and spread our influence. Maybe, together, we can rebuild. Okay. Alright, I guess that's it. That's as good of an ending as I can imagine, besides Azumi dying. Why are they showing Sebastian's dead body? He didn't die. Ugh. Oh, it's Emily. Overall, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of reading. I prefer more gameplay, but I guess that's it. He's dead forever. That sucks, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really like him that much. Can we scroll past this one? Thank you. Yeah, it was a good game. Really enjoyed it. I've never really played a game like this before, so it was a good experience. I think it was a good first one to do of this genre. Hey, Kevin. Such a weird name for a dragon. I love his colors. Those colors are really good. Oh, I'm looking forward to the sequel now. Hopefully it comes out soon. I will definitely have to play that one on stream. Vara, you get to live. There's a way to save her parents. Hey Sebastian, you were cool. What's the next game? I don't know. I don't know. I might go back to playing some Spyro games. since that is what this channel is mostly based on. Yeah, Bryce is definitely my spirit animal. I like Warm. Warm was cool. Snoot game, maybe? What? Nadine. She was my favorite. Remy's a close second. Alright, well, that's that. That's cool. Wow. Took me long enough. You're welcome. Yep, that was it. True ending. Alright. Oh, does that mean that's it? That's all there is to see? Well, who knows? Either way, it might be a good idea for you, good idea to keep your save file. You know, just to be sure. Maybe it'll come handy in the future. Oh. So maybe it helps with, this, it'll help with the sequel. If you have a completed first game. That'd be interesting. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if there's concept art or... Oh, Daisy's too precious. Okay. I don't remember this scene. Wait, I'm missing. Who am I missing? Oh, probably the shopkeeper and shit. I guess there's one more. There's two more people like that. I'm not gonna worry about it. Nice. I'll have to look into it, see if it's going to be worth playing again and get all the unlocks. I'll have to check out the comics sometime. That'd be interesting. First ending for Reichenator. Yeah, I'll think about doing the last two, but we'll see. From here on out until the sequel comes out, I guess I can start playing another game. I'll maybe start doing doing Spyro New Beginning again. Alright, well, thank you for stopping by, and hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again next week.